My knee bounces with impatience since I heard her come home about 10 minutes ago. I want to give her time to relax before I barge over. Talk about pathetic. I've seen her every night. How could I possibly miss her or be in such a rush to see her again? Screw it, 10 minutes is long enough. Pushing off the couch, I head next door. We've gotten comfortable enough that she told me not to bother with knocking anymore and just come in, but I give a courtesy knock before opening. Hey, babe, I call while taking off my shoes. Hey, you. She saunters toward me with a glass of wine. We meet in the living room and she rises on her toes, taking my mouth in a kiss that I melt into. I feel the smile on her lips as she pulls away, offering me the glass. I may enjoy these hello kisses more than I should, I murmur, going in for another. Her throaty laugh shoots straight to the fire low in my belly. Take this wine and have a seat. I'll grab the tray I put together and be right out, she says and walks back toward the kitchen. I make my way to the couch and have a seat. Relaxing back, I swing my feet up on the coffee table and set my wine down when I see a message come through on Delia's phone. A message from dipshit that says, I miss you and can't wait to see you again. Love you. What the hell? Who is this guy? It's a bunch of snacks thrown together, but hey, it's something, Delia says, coming into the living room. She pauses when she sees my face. I must not be keeping my expression under control. Setting the tray down, she sits down next to me, acting like I'm a wild animal that needs to be treated with caution. What's the matter? I look into her eyes and get lost in my emerging feelings for her. Nothing's wrong. This looks great, thank you, I tell her, leaning forward to grab my wine and discreetly lay her phone down. Her eyes linger on me for another moment before she relaxes back. How was your day? She asks. It was good, productive. I found out about a hotel chain that is going up for sale. I'll have to head to New York in 2 weeks to talk about it, I tell her. Then I have a crazy idea. I turn on the couch to face her and lay my arm behind her shoulders. Before I can voice my idea, she takes over. How is this going to work? If we are being realistic here, you'll be going back to LA sooner than later. So what are we doing? She asks, and I hate the troubled look on her face. My stomach clenches at her words. They closely echo my earlier thoughts. I don't know how we will make this work, but I can tell you I want to. I'm not opposed to long distance, and I can easily jet away to come see you. If you're willing to, I want to try though, I tell her honestly. So, just one day at a time, play it by ear? Man, that doesn't sit well. I'm a planner, you know. I like to know how things will go and end. I'm that horrible person who, when reading a book, will flip toward the end to see if they get their happy ever after. Then I'll go back to read all of it, she says, distressed. Oh no, those are the worst kinds of people. Just read the book and find out. Enjoy the journey, I tease. She looks at me warmly. That's what you'll need to do with us too. Enjoy our journey, our adventures. I'm sure you've heard the saying, distance makes the heart grow fonder. She nods her head as she sips her wine. Okay, I say back then, decide to bring up my crazy idea. Would you want to come with me? I ask. Her eyes widen in shock as she asks hesitantly, come with you where? Oh, sorry. I'm getting excited by this idea. I take her hands in mine and gaze into her eyes. With a wide smile, I ask, I want to bring you to LA for a night or two, let you see where and how I live. And you can meet Brent and the other guys if they're around. Then, we'll go to New York. You can visit with Lindy while I'm at my meetings, but we can get away and spend time together. What do you say? That sounds crazy, but yes, I'll check with Cece and Julian if you want to get me the actual dates and see if I can work it out. Her eyes sparkle with her excitement. We spent the evening talking, and I told her more about Brent and the guys, giving her as much information that I could, so she knew what she would walk into when meeting them. Now we're lying in bed. Her head is resting on my chest, and I'm running my fingers through her hair. My thoughts keep drifting back to that text she received. Was there someone else? Is that part of why she was so hesitant at the beginning? She had kept everything about herself and her life locked away until she said she was all in. But who is this guy? And when exactly will he be seeing her again? Hey, are you still awake? I whisper. She hums. Before you decided to go all in on this relationship, was Was there someone else that was holding you back? I ask, deciding to get it out there. She shifts, yawning, barely able to keep her eyes open. No, there has been no one since my ex-Jer. It was just myself getting in my own way with us. Do you still talk with your ex? I ask. I feel her yawn again and burrow further into me. Not willingly, she murmurs. While I gather my thoughts, I hear a little snore from her. I won't dwell on it anymore tonight. With a kiss on her forehead, I gather her closer and drift off to sleep.
Logan takes my hand as I walk down the steps from his jet. Thank you, sir. I jest with him as he kisses my hand. Anything for you, my lady? The perks of being a billionaire, your own private jet, and a car waiting on the tarmac for you. What a life. He ushers me into the car, and we wait while they load our luggage. We're going to head straight to my place, but we'll head out shortly, and you'll be able to meet Brent, Lance, and Leo, and I will apologize 1,000 times over for them, he says. I chuckle at him. I'm sure it will be just fine. If I can handle Lindy, I'm sure I can handle the male versions of her too. His laugh is deep as he presses a kiss to my shoulder, trailing it up to my neck and nipping my ear. Thank you for coming on this trip with me. It's nice to have you by my side, he whispers in my ear. My eyes open after they had fallen closed, enjoying his journey up my neck, and turn to kiss him. We make out shamelessly in the back seat until his driver announces we've arrived. He scoots out of the car first, then holds out a hand for me. What a gentleman. You say that like it's a first for you. Have I not been a perfect gentleman since the moment we met? Oh, no doubt you have. You've always put me first, I say suggestively. You know it, he says as he leads me through an elegant lobby with a doorman to who he nods to. Taking out a black keycard, he uses it in the elevator to unlock the penthouse. Wow. My jaw drops as I walk out of the elevator into his house. Pristine and clean are the two words that come to mind. It's an open floor plan. I can see the kitchen, living room, and dining room all from the door. White and black couches, stainless steel appliances, and a wall of windows overlooking the city. Wow, this view is amazing. It's almost better than the view I had in New York overlooking Central Park. Almost, I tell him. Oh yeah, that great of a view, huh? He asks. Yeah, it was my favorite thing about living there. I would stand at the window and get lost in the view. I say, looking out, I could do that here. I mumble. Could you now? He smirks at me. He gives me a tour and saves his bedroom for last. A king-size bed sits in the middle of the room with a large desk off by the balcony doors. Do you like this view better? A shiver courses through me as his hot breath teases my ear. I turn in his arms. I believe I enjoy this view the best, I murmur before kissing him. We spend the next hour wrapped up in each other's arms. We need to get ready if we're supposed to meet them in an hour, I say against his lips as he won't let me pull away. I think we should ditch them. Your beautiful face is the only one I need to see tonight, he says between kisses. Logan. I push him onto his back and he willingly goes as I straddle him. I want to meet your friends. We're going. I jump off him as quickly as I can and rush to his ensuite bathroom. We shower and get ready, taking longer than it should have since he wouldn't let me shower alone. He had to assist with applying my lotion. Finally, an hour and 15 minutes later, we're stepping into the elevator. So you went to college with all of them? I ask as we get in the car. Yeah, I was roommates with Brent, and we became fast friends. Leo and Lance were rooming next to us, and we all started hanging out. We've been friends ever since. They've been some of the few people I know I can always rely on. We use Leo's law firm and keep him on retainer, and Lance helps us with properties since he's the real estate mogul around here. So, in a way, we all work together too, he says as we pull up in front of a club. A club? I question as we step out. This is the guy's go-to place. We always end up here, he says as the bouncer ushers us through. The music is loud, and people are everywhere. All the stools at the bar are filled, and they cram the dance floor with dancers. This way. He leads with his hand on my lower back toward some stairs past the bar. 3 extremely handsome men step at the top of the stairs and block our way. Well, we will let this gorgeous woman pass, but sorry we don't need the looks of you, the tall, dark-haired man in the middle says. His wide smile sparkles as he looks at me. What do you say, sweetheart? Well, As handsome as you may be, I think I'll stick with my man here. I say, flirting a little. Are you sure? I'm not sure what this guy has told you he can offer, but it's a lie. I can offer you the world, he says, leaning closer to me, grabbing my hand and placing a kiss on it. I try to keep it in, but I can't hold back the laughter that barks out of me. As I laugh, I feel Logan rubbing circles on my back, and his chest moves with subtle laughter. That was bad. I 10 out of 10 don't recommend you use that line ever again. I laugh, calming down some. I watch Logan shake their hands. Move out of the way and let me get my woman a drink, you pricks. Logan says as he pushes me forward. All right, man, our table is over here. And they lead the way. Once we're at the table, I'm introduced to the guys. The one with the terrible lines is Brent. Nice to finally meet you, sweetheart. I have heard so much about you. And the fact you have this man. He pats Logan's shoulders. Ditching work as he has is absolutely amazing. He scoots out a chair for me, sending a sly smile to Logan. And we all sit and order drinks. Beginning a long night.
She throws her head back in laughter at something Brent just said. He's kept her in stitches all night, mostly at my expense, but what do I care? I know from the amused look and squeeze to my hand that is resting on her thigh that whatever he said was indeed about me. With a smile at her, I wrap my hand around her hip and pull her closer and lean in to kiss her neck. I'm thrilled with how well she gets along with everyone, especially with Brent. They've been cracking jokes all night and talking like they've known each other for years. If I was a lesser man, I would feel threatened by this budding friendship. But it also helps that I've met Lindy and have seen how they interact. And it's very similar to how she is with Brent, which confirms her earlier statement, saying Brent sounds a lot like a male version of Lindy. I can see it now, like over everything. We didn't even have time to get him outside, so there was a trail from the kitchen through the dining room and living room, out the entryway and down the porch steps. He parted the crowd like he was Moses parting the Red Sea. Brent cracks up. Oh no, Delia says, laughing along, glancing over at me. Don't worry, mine wasn't as bad as that, but close. I'm surprised Lindy didn't bring out that story. Shots! Lance yells, coming back to the table with Leo right behind him, their hands filled with drinks. Pretty lady, here you go. Leo wiggles his eyebrows at Delia as he places a shot in front of her before handing out the others. Ready? Lance raises his shot glass toward the middle, and we all reach ours in, cheers, motherfuckers, he says as we all down the shot. Tequila? What the hell, guys? Where are the salt and limes? Delia asks in disgust. She snacks my beer from my hand to take a drink. I chuckle at her reaction, while the guys all outright laugh. Baby doll, that's how girls drink it, Lance tells her. If only I was a girl, Lance. She says dryly, if only. He says suggestively, hey, back off. I tell him with a stern look. Since your man of the night hasn't yet asked you, do you feel like dancing D? Brent asks her with a sly look toward me. Not sure if he thinks asking her to dance or calling her D will rile me up, but both do. Damn it, I never dance when I come here, so it hasn't even crossed my mind that she may want to. Back off, I growl out loud enough for him to hear, leaning into her ear. I'm sorry that it never crossed my mind, babe. Would you like to go dance? If you say yes, I must warn you I'm a horrible dancer. Her smile lights up everything inside of me as she nods her head with excitement. Yes, please. With a quick peck to my lips, she pushes me out of the booth. Yes, let's go, guys. Brent jumps out of his side. Once we're out on the dance floor, flashes of our first night cross my mind. Her in my arms, her back to my chest, my hands on her hips, as she moves and grinds on me. Do you remember our first night together and dancing then? I ask her as I kiss her ear and neck. Something about her neck draws me. Whenever she has her hair up as she does now, it leaves it open and asking for my lips. She spins in my arms, threading hers around my neck as I loop mine around her waist and draw her close. I remember. I think about it often. So do I. Don't tell Brent, but it is thanks to him for telling me to get my ass out of the condo. If he hadn't kept hounding me, I never would have been there that night. Now, here we are, back on the dance floor because he suggested it first. Fuck. Say nothing to him, please. I mock beg her. We wouldn't hear the end of it from him if he's given any credit to our relationship. He'll demand that our firstborn be named after him, or to be the godfather. I look down at her as she stiffens in my arms. With a quizzical smile, she lightly laughs. Our firstborn, huh? Already planning kids, are you? And how many will we be having? After a moment, I realize what I said. That caused her to stiffen up. Honestly, no, kids haven't crossed my mind, but I wouldn't be opposed. When I think of my future right now, all I know is I see her, not something I'm planning. That just came out. I bend my knees so I'm level with her and can look directly into her eyes. I see a future with you, Cordelia. That's why I wanted you here, because I hoped you could see a future with me as well. Panic crosses her features so fast I'm almost not sure that's what I saw before her eyes soften. Every day I'm seeing it more and more. My heart bursts in my chest as she whispers it just loud enough for me to hear. Before I can take it too far on the dance floor, the guys are back, all with a woman on their arms, directing us back to the table for more shots and drinks. It's early morning when we leave the club. The guys all give her lingering hugs just to piss me off. It was great meeting you guys. You'll have to make your way down to Tahiti sometime soon, he tells them. I don't miss the pointed look Brent gives me. Even drunk, he's always on point and doesn't miss that she plans to stay in Tahiti. With a slight shake of my head, I tell him I don't want to talk about it. When he and I talked last, we planned on me being back in LA after the new year, only weeks away. Not something I've talked with Delia about yet. Your friends are great, she whispers while we're lying in bed. Thank you for inviting me on this trip. It helped to fill in some remaining questions about you. Thank you for coming with me. I swear this conversation feels like deja vu. I say, and I see how Lindy is a female Brent. Seeing you two tonight was just like how you were with Lindy. Her laughter shakes me. Right, they are the same person. I know how blessed I am to have Lindy, and after you told me what growing up was like for you, and after meeting him, I'm glad you have a male Lindy, she says, making me laugh. I'm glad you got along with them all so well, especially Brent. He's like a brother to me. He's the closest person I have. So it means a lot to me you met him. Now let's get some sleep, love. We leave tomorrow afternoon for New York. With a kiss on her forehead, I turn off the lamp and hold her close.
If it's not my favorite couple, what a surprise to see you here this morning, Brent says, walking up to our table. Good morning, Brent. We just placed our order, but would you like to join us? I asked, gesturing at the chair he stood behind. Catching my eye, Logan smirks at me. I'm relieved he's not upset at me asking him to join us. Have a seat, Brent, Logan says as he raises a hand to catch our server's attention. I imagine your evening was enjoyable with Sadie. I smirk at Brent and he gives me a devilish grin. Most enjoyable. I dropped her off before I came here. I'm sorry your night wasn't. I'm sure the old man here passed out as soon as he hit the mattress, he jokes. I offer him my own sly smile, neither confirming nor denying. You're the same age as I am, asshole, Logan grumbles. Now, Brent, are you the type of guy that will call Sadie or never see her again? I ask. One and done, my dear, except for a few I keep on call, he says seriously. Gross. It would be a shame if they took you off the market. I noticed all the women fawning over you guys last night. I say, then look at Logan. You too, old man. You didn't go without your admirers, even with me by your side. Can't say I noticed anyone but you, he says, holding my gaze, and I see the honesty in it. Well, of course, the most eligible bachelor of LA had his admirers. He can't walk down the street without causing a catfight or two, Brent jokes. Oh, that's right. I forgot you held that most prestigious title. Well, aren't I a lucky gal? I flutter my lashes and bring my hand to my chest. We enjoy the rest of our brunch with conversation and laughter. It was nice to get to know Brent outside of a club and alcohol. I liked him just as much. Delia, it was my absolute pleasure to meet you. Brent grabs a hold of my hands. I cannot tell you how happy you make him. This has to be the most relaxed and, dare I say, carefree that I have ever seen him. Even in our college years, he was serious and work-focused. You are a gem, exactly what he never knew he needed. Don't break his heart, he says seriously. We stand as Logan returns from the restroom. Brent leans forward and kisses me on the cheek. Seriously, it was a pleasure meeting you. Have a safe trip, you guys. I'll talk with you soon, pal. He gives Logan a man hug before he leaves. Bye, Brent, I wave. Did I see him kiss you? Logan asks as he wraps an arm around my back. Only on the cheek, I say as I lean up to kiss him. It's now mid-afternoon as we head to the tarmac to leave for New York. We'll be getting in around 8 tonight, so I figured once we're in the suite, we'll order room service if that sounds good to you. Logan asks as we strap in on the jet. Sounds perfect to me. I was also thinking you should go see Lindy if she's around while I'm at my meetings tomorrow. Or I guess you can do whatever you wanted since you are familiar with the area. He chuckles. Seeing Lindy sounds like an excellent idea, and I do know she'll be around. Where are we staying? I ask. His smile widens. Oh, at a place called Courtyard Suites. For real? Aw, yay! I bounce in my seat with excitement. Roger knows we'll be there, and he sounded just as excited to see you. Love, time to wake up. I swat at the tickling in my ear, which is replaced with a deep chuckle. We're about to land, so you need to sit back up and buckle up, love, the voice says. I don't want to. Swatting again. I can feel my seat being set up, and a hand reaching around my waist, but can't wake myself up. Not too long after, I feel myself being jostled out of my seat and encompassed in warm arms. I snuggle into the large chest and fall back asleep. All right, love, now I need you to wake up. We've arrived at the hotel. Roger is waiting inside for us, Logan says, nipping my ear. That wakes me up. Roger, I mumble. Yes, once we're up in our room, you can fall back to sleep if you want or not. He says, running his hand up my thigh, stopping short. You're such a tease. Let's go. I rub the sleep from my eyes, scooting over to the door of the car. I'm the tease. You were the one running your hands all over me in your sleep. If you were really asleep, that is. A devilish smirk graces his lips. I did no such thing, I say in my best haughty voice as I step out of the car, not waiting for him. Hello, dear. I hear as soon as we step into the lobby of my old hotel. Roger, I squeal as I run and give him a hug. I've missed you. I don't believe that for one moment. You're down in paradise. How could you think about anything back here? He jokes. But I have missed you. His voice lowers to a conspiracy whisper. June is just not you. I laugh at his statement. June has always been a suck-up and needs to run everything by her superior. Whenever I saw her coming toward me, I would just yell, June, figure it out on your own, then come tell me what you did. Then hightail it in the opposite direction. I'm sorry I left you with her. I smile up at his weathered face. Roger, good seeing you. Logan steps up to shake his hand as I step back from our embrace. Roger doesn't miss the hand Logan splays across my lower back. Logan, glad to have you here. Roger shakes his hand. I won't take up your time tonight since I know you just came from the airport, but I would love to catch up with you tomorrow, Cordelia. Yes, count on it. Logan has meetings throughout the day tomorrow, so I plan to go see Lindy in the afternoon. If you're available in the morning, though, I ask him, I'll be here. Come find me when you're up and about. If you go see Jess, she will get you checked in. Good night, you two, Roger says as he walks away. We make our way up to the penthouse suite. I jump in the shower as Logan orders dinner. After drying off and wrapping up in the fluffy bathrobe, I take a seat next to him on the couch. Dinner will be here shortly. He offers me the glass of whiskey he holds. I accept and take a small sip before handing it back. Nope, still don't like whiskey, sorry. I tell him, trying to get the taste out of my mouth. He laughs at my antics. I have wine on the way for you, he tells me. I kiss his cheek and linger. So thoughtful. Thank you. And he is. There's nothing he doesn't think of before I have to ask. This feels very domestic, I whisper against Logan's lips as I kiss him in the elevator. Pulling away, I hope your meetings go well. I must agree, but I don't mind it at all. Especially knowing when I'm done with these meetings, I get to come back to you, he murmurs, stealing another kiss before the doors open. Let's plan on going out for dinner. I'll text you the details, and when I know I'll be finishing up, is that okay? He asks. Perfect. Bye. I wave as I walk to the front desk and he walks out to the waiting car. "Oh my goodness, Cordelia, is that you?" I can hear the Brooklyn draw across the room and I'm heading straight for it. "Good morning, June. How have you been?" I ask and wish I hadn't. "Oh, we have missed you just so much. I've been great, just trying to fill your shoes. Not as easy as you made it look." Her high-pitched laughter echoes around us. "Well, it sounds like you're doing a great job. Is Roger around this morning? I need to get away now." "Oh yeah, he will be so happy to see ya. Let me call him." She picks up the phone and while waiting, she taps her long blood-red nails on the desk. "Roger, ya won't believe who's here." "Cordelia is." She goes silent. "Okay," then hangs up the phone. I notice a gentleman walk up behind me, so I step to the side just as Roger walks out from the back room. "Now Cordelia, don't you dare leave for Tahiti without saying goodbye," she says, giving me a severe look. "Wouldn't dream of it, June. I'll be here for a few days, so I'm sure we'll have time to catch up." I say, then look over at Roger, who has his lips curled over his teeth and humor in his eyes. Walking up to him, I whisper, yell, "Don't you dare laugh." "Wouldn't dream of it, Cordelia." He laughs, and I can't help but laugh with him. "I should have known you don't know how to sleep in on a vacation. Have you had breakfast, or would you like to go sit at the cafe and have coffee?" he asks. "Yes, I had breakfast and coffee will always sound amazing. Shall we?" He sweeps his arm in the cafe's direction. "And I'll have you know I slept an extra hour than I normally do, so ha." We spent an hour talking about Tahiti and the resort there, and I tell him about Cece and Julian, and we talk about what's new here. But the whole time I know he's dancing around the one topic he wants to ask about. "Just ask Roger. I can feel it radiating off of you. Spit it out, man," I say, picking up my coffee. "I was trying to be professional and also respect your personal life. But since you gave me the go-ahead." "You and Logan. How did that happen?" he asks. Well, we met for the first time outside of work. My first night in Tahiti, actually. I introduced myself as Delia, so I don't think he thought anything of it either. But we hit it off that first night. And then come to realize later who he was when he walked into my office. And he's been persistent since. He's been down in Tahiti since we met, except for a few trips he's had to make back to LA, you know me. I pushed him away at first because he is my boss, but he wore me down. "Yes, I know how you can be with the rules. You're happy though?" Nodding my head, I reply softly, "Yeah, I am." I tell him about the rumors that are going around and he gives me his sage-old advice. I realize at this moment that he may not have been in my life as long as Lindy, but he's just as important. He's had my back since the day I started here. I always felt I could talk to him about anything and he would give me his honest opinion and advice. How silly have I been? Thinking I've been going alone for so long with only Lindy at my side. I just never opened my eyes to who I really had. Even if I tried to keep a wall up between me and others doesn't mean that they did. They let me in and made me a part of their lives. We finish our coffees and I promise to see him again before I leave. Then I take off for a walk to Central Park. I sat for over an hour on a bench, watching everyone around me. This is something I used to do all the time. I enjoy people watching and imagining what they're doing or going through. There are people walking their dogs, runners, and bikers. The suits that are taking a power walk on their breaks. All these different people and different lives lived. Moms pushing strollers, laughing down at their little ones. Some sad faces you can almost feel the heartbreak they are going through. All taking place in front of my eyes as I sit here and let my life settle. My phone is going off, and I take a moment to notice it. Looking down, I see a few texts from Lindy. She's home now and waiting for my ass to get over there. Her words. With one last deep inhale, I get up and go to Lindy's. "I know I wouldn't have seen you much more anyway since I was away most of the time since I left Tahiti, but it sucks that you live so far away now because I would have at least seen you once or twice by now." "Shut up, bitch, I missed you, okay?" I laugh at Lindy as she pulls me into a hug, still laughing into her hair as she hugs me tight. "I missed you to Lynn." Pushing me away by the shoulders, she walks into her living room, leaving me to close the door. "Where's that hunk of a man of yours?" she asks. "He has meetings today. That is why we're here in New York, and why I'm free to see you." "Oh, is that so? You're only free to see me because he's busy?" Cordelia, I need you to blink twice if you need help getting away from him. She now holds on to my shoulders, looking into my eyes. Shut up, no. That's not a joke, Lindy. I mean, I'm glad you can joke about it after what you went through, but I don't find it funny, I tell her. With a huff, she sits down on her couch. I know, babe, I know, she says with a sad smile. So tell me about LA, she changes the topic. Well, I didn't get to see too much of the city. We got there and went to his place, which is amazing. It's easy to forget his status as a billionaire until you see where he lives, ride in his private jet, drink expensive champagne and wine that I would never look twice at because of the cost. Anyway, we went to his place. We were there until we went that night to a club to meet up with his friends. Making myself at home, I get up and grab a glass of water before sitting back down. I had a great night out with those guys. Lindy, I made instant friends with Brent. He is legit, a male you, and I think that made it so much easier. We spent the night laughing and joking around. I think Logan felt left out some. But it was like I was there with you, just that instant friend connection. That's great. But is he as gorgeous as his pictures? This is the stuff I need to know about my future husband, babe. Even better looking, and the brothers Lance and Leo just gorgeous. Women were watching them all night and did whatever they could to catch their attention. It was amusing, but I don't think Brent is the one for you. As I said, you guys are very similar. You may get along as friends though. Nope. I guess I'll have to let go of the idea of him being my husband and just focus on a one-night stand with him then. She says almost sadly, but the look in her eyes is anything but. How is it going with you and Logan though? You came here on a vacation with him. That's a pretty big deal, babe. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty serious about him. I say, avoiding her eyes. How serious, she asks, knowing me all too well. I think, well, I'm pretty sure. I take a sip of my water from my now parched mouth as she watches. Damn her, she's going to wait me out until I say it. I think I love him, I say in a rush.